I always told my kids, you don't run to the finish line, you run through the finish line. When you're in a race, you run as hard as you can through the finish line. Most people will see the finish line, and as soon as they see the finish line, they start slowing up before they get to the finish line. That's 90% of people in life. When you learn how to focus on an object 100 yards past the finish line and you run full speed through the finish line, you'll succeed in everything that you do. I did that little task with my son when he was 8 years old, and we sat there for 2 hours one night at a park. And I said, this is the finish line. Don't focus on the finish line. Focus on this tree 40 yards past the finish line. Run to that tree. And for 2 hours, he slowed down before the finish line. For the rest of his life, he'll remember that 2 hours, because every single time after that, when he tried cutting himself short of what he was supposed to be doing in gymnastics and football and life and anything, I said, hey, Jacob, you remember that time we took you to the park? I said, you remember that time that we sat there and you probably ran 100 times to the finish line? And I told you, we're not leaving until you run full speed through this finish line and you focus on this tree. It took him about 100 tries. And it just so happens that's the way your brain works too. And the reason I did that exercise with my son, and the reason I'm telling you this today, is because until you learn how to run through the finish line at full speed, you'll never maximize your profits and you'll never secure the highest rate of return you can. So at the end, when you get lethargic, tired of babysitting and nursing subs, and you want to throw in the towel, that's where you continue driving and pressing the details through the finish line to maximize your profits.